mentioned that we're still going to learn about what their new playstyle is, whether they'll just try to plug and play Peanut and play him as if he's Cuz, which to me doesn't sound right. You know, it's definitely the kind of antithesis of what I expected to see is, okay, Rengar locked in here from Spirit. Notice that he'd been playing it a bit in solo queue, been pretty popular so far, and it is kind of a soft counter, a skill matchup against the Kazakhs. Who knows, we hit the right early minutes and we might actually see the quest of the Hunt Beyond in the late game, get that 4th evolution for the Kazakhs. Just waiting on Keen's choice against the Gnar.
He gets a pick after seeing it's not a blind pick. He is going to go with the Shen to add just a bit of a tanky liner and also an option to have a global a little bit later on for that split pusher. So that does get locked in, as well as the Alistar, another top-tier tank support that we see nowadays for Gorilla on the side of Kingzone.
It's a really hard initiate draft coming through from Afrika. Flash Malzahar we know all about, but also the submarine-esque plays with Rengar and is on the hunt, and Shen potentially piling on with the ultimate. So very strong engage, and then Ezreal as this hyper carry who has the hyper mobility that only Ezreal can have in that role, able to skip around the back. So it doesn't need a lot of peel because he has self-peel, whereas on the side of Kingzone, a very early locked in their solo lanes. So trying to get the ability to push early for Ryze, certainly, but basically the entirety of the laning phase for the Gnar. So another draft where Peanut is empowered to kind of make his own decision to push, to do whatever he wants, but that was a bit of a double-edged sword for them after dying to Ambition in the jungle against KSV. So Kingzone once again had the sort of draft that makes sense on paper, but let's see if they can actually achieve their win conditions in practice.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking for that first win. Kind of funny. I was expecting Kingzone to come into LCK and be number 1, number 2. You know, we were talking a lot about how they add in a just overall better player. They should be better, but still looking to see if they can fix some of their problems that we saw in game number 1. No
guarantee that 5 mechanical players come together and make a wholesome team that actually has solid win conditions, and we're still ready to be convinced by Kingzone. There's so much.
We'll see. So Ocean Drake for Rift Heralds, that's the trade that's going on here.
You'll be happy to know it keeps the game vaguely even as well.
Yes, exactly. Very
balancing all things over here.
Damage dealt so far. We got 2 people on the left side that have 0 damage. Kha'Zix and Rengar both have 0 damage.
Has Shen really not Barmy cindered 1 tick? Come on, surely.
I don't know, man.
Has he never been in melee range?
When Khan ulted that time, did he have Bobby Cinder?
Sure, freaks.
Kingzone looking to pick up the 2nd dragon of the game. We are going to have some action here as the Rengar ulting in. There's that submarine jumping in onto Gorilla, knocks a couple of people up. You can see Tushin in the front just guarding everyone else as they try to take out Gorilla here. The dragon is going to go over to Afrika, but Gorilla, he makes it out. For now, there's the Braum ultimate. It's going to go wide. Here comes Spirit, though, and that first burst damage out of the brush is going to take him down. Tushin with the first blood. They do get the Mountain Drake as well, so finally Afrika able to make something happen in this game.
They actually used the
zoning 2 people out, Peanut and BDD trying to kill a tanky Shen. Now Gorilla is going to engage. He gets Kramer, but Alistar being chipped down. He's going to go down, and look at Prey now. He's a little bit out of dodge here. He's going to take down Spirit, though, by himself. Khan doing a nice job in the backside, trying to take down Kuro. Not quite able to, but here goes BDD on the rise. He's able to Realm Warp on in. He wants another kill, but he already burned his flash. Will take out the Ezreal, but that is about it. Let's see if they can go into Baron now, as Spirit is officially out of this fight.
It started a bit comically, but the cleanup was really strong by BDD. Already impressively tanky, didn't have to use his Zhonya. So like you mentioned about it, straight onto Baron. Malzahar can teleport in. 3 members of Afrika to contest.
They have a nice bit of damage here. 2 tanky members, Tushin and Keen coming on in. They are going to peel off the Baron for now. It's really the BDD show here, as the rest of them are so low. But they are going to be pushing in. Here comes Gorilla. There is that burst in from the house. He's trying to get on top of Keen. There's the 3-man knockup. They are going to be able to get Keen here. Who will they get else? Looks like Kuro as well will be taken out, and Gorilla with a really nice play. Perhaps now they can try to secure Baron, but lots of low members on the side of Kingzone. Maybe they'll just back off from here.
It's going to end up being extra kills. Gorilla's playmaking, his ability to roam in a meta without Unsealed Spellbook was always praised. Watching the ult here. Doesn't pick up anyone. Spirit's just looking for an exit kill, won't find it onto Prey. and certainly not onto Gorilla.
No.
But I mean, Gorilla was always the roaming god, right? Boots of mobility into roams were kind of how he made his star back on the days of the Coup Tigers, and already was a great player, of course, in his Najin days. Peanut looking for Kramer.
Oh, man, he is really caught out here. Tushin trying to help him out now, but easy pickup for Peanut, jumping on over the wall. And now Spirit's going to be caught out all by himself, trying to help out Kramer and Tushin. But that is a couple of picks that they could not afford right now.
And they're playing 3 lanes beautifully, and they might be looking for even more.
Yeah, well, he's got a stopwatch. The ground pound is a little bit late, but it's not going to matter. It's 3v1, and even a Shen shield cannot help him out. Will not have that ultimate for a little bit now, as the plunder continues. Tower after tower, having a huge Baron power play. Kramer is going to QSS out of dodge here, but now it's Tushin in the front. They are going to try to burst out that shield, and they almost do. Not really in danger of anything at this point. Will they pick up any more kills is really the question. Spirit has that Shen ultimate on top of him, but still taking a ton of damage. He's going to have that last inhibitor go down as a bunch of kills almost being taken, but no one actually dying. Even Keen's surviving towards the end, but that will be the Nexus as Kingzone Dragon X takes game number 1.
People were wondering when would Kingzone show up to the LCK. Didn't feel that they did against the team of KSV, but today against the Afrika Freaks who were flying after their victory over KT, it took time, 25 minutes on the Rift of setup, a moment of brilliance, and then we saw the Kingzone that will really strike fear into teams around the world in the LCK, in international events, if they are to qualify. Khan's quality in the top lane was also the other big highlight of the first 25 minutes.